Good morning, this is Donna with Gifted Energies, and I'm here to do a reading for Jack. This is the Which Way Do I Go reading. This reading will lend insight to the following natures: the nature of the issue, unknown factors that you're not aware of, things that you really need to deal with. This may be things that you're ignoring or have been pushing to the back burner. These are the things that need to be dealt with now to move forward. Analysts are looking at the problem from a logical perspective. And then it will also give you insight on what are the beginning steps that you need to take to make change. If you make these changes, what are the likely outcomes? And then the end result based on the cause and effect of everything that you put into motion. Remember that even though I do a reading, things can change based on the decisions you make. You may choose not to take any action. You may choose to take more action than suggested or a different route. So the likely outcome can be a bit different than what I tell you. But if you follow the course of action and what the cards lay out and are showing, this is what you can likely expect to happen. I want to thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to do this reading for you. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the deck just until I feel an energy shift or I feel that the cards are ready to be read. Today we are using the Tarot Illuminati. It's really a beautiful deck. And I believe this is one that you chose that you felt resonated with you. Just bear with me as I am working around the tripod today. Now, you have given me a list of questions, and I really feel that this particular reading really is best on what you should do regarding moving and where you should be staying, that course of action. If you should stay where you're at, or if you should go ahead and move. I believe you said out west, towards the desert. You asked me about your home being near or on a burial ground. Intuitively, I do not feel that your home is directly on a burial ground. When I open myself up to my guides and the universe, what I feel is that it is more depending on the direction that your home is facing. If you were facing out your front door, I'm feeling a strong pull from my right side. That it's not directly there, but it is nearby. Toward, if you were facing out your front door, towards the right. This is where the energies are coming from. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle one more time, and then I will begin your reading. The first card represents what has brought you or led you here to ask this question. It also covers the nature of the question. Just cut the deck. Now, if I pull a reverse card, I do not read reverse meanings in my readings, but I do ask my client to pay a little closer attention to what the card has to say. Really focus on it. I will focus in on the card. See if it speaks to you and has a deeper meaning for you. And I feel that if it doesn't make sense right now, it will later down the road. So we'll go ahead and begin. And this is the Prince of Cups. What I feel from this card is that you're having a lot of emotional issues. This card shows me that there is a lot going on in the emotional realm. Feelings. What I intuitively feel about this is that you're empathic to some of what's going on, especially with the energies that surround you. You feel these energies very strongly. And you also pick up on the emotions of others. If somebody else comes to you and they're stressed and they're talking to you, that you feel that and you pick up on that. And I feel there's a lot of that energy where you're living currently. A lot of emotions tied to the home, not necessarily just your own. I also feel that the winter months are calling to you. This would be your time to seek out a new place, somewhere warmer, not so cold. I'm being told to let go of fear, let go of emotions, not to focus so much on what you're feeling at this time. I'm going to go ahead and begin today by shuffling the deck just until I feel an energy shift, or I feel that the cards are ready to be read. The first card drawn is Strength. Move this so that it can be seen. Just focus in for you. This card is part of the Major Arcana. It represents something that, an event in your life that will have a long-term effect on your future. I feel that this is something that's already happened, something that you're experiencing. It shows me that you're a very strong person, but I also feel that you are at, this is what I would call wit's end. You're very, I feel that there's a lot of emotions and a lot of struggle that you've been going through, especially when it's related to your home and where you should be staying and living at this time. Intuitively, I feel there are a lot of emotions around the home, and it's maybe not other people that you're living with, but the general energies that surround the home. You asked about that burial ground. Again, I still feel it pulling from the right as you're facing out the front door, but I don't necessarily feel that those energies are what are coming into your home. It's something that's happened in the past, something that's been there. I also feel that doing a good cleansing on the home may be beneficial, and just telling the energies that you're ready to be free of them, release them, let them go. Some way there's an emotional tie to this house that you have. Whether you're aware of it or not, there is an emotional tie, and you need to cut the cords and cut that tie. You are very strong, and you are strong enough to go ahead and do so. You're strong enough to cleanse this negative energy if you so chose to stay in your home. Card 2 represents the unknown factors, the things that you're not aware of. going on at this time. And the card is reversed, so please pay close attention to it. And this is the Seven of Wands. And this just shows me that there's a lot of struggle going on, a lot of competition, combat. What really comes to me is competition. I don't know if you're living with family or other people at this time, but that fight to be in charge, or that fight to hang on to what you're trying to, I had the word at the tip of my tongue, I'm sorry, the things that you don't want to let go of, the things that you're trying to protect and save, even if it's not necessarily a good thing for you. I feel there's an outside struggle, but it's more with others, not necessarily fist fighting or anything, but it's almost an emotional struggle coming from the mindset, and you may not even be aware of it with others. There's also a struggle with the home and the energy surrounding it. Always trying to stay on top, always trying to feel secure where you're at. These are the things that are, I feel that these things are lying more on the subconscious level, that you're aware of them, but it resides deeper in you. It's really, what I feel is that it's surrounding that base chakra, that fight or flight, the feeling of security, and not just in where you're living, not just feeling secure about finances and being able to support yourself, but feeling secure that you're safe where you're at, and safe even, let me see if I can word this right. It's like trusting yourself to be strong enough to do what is necessary and move forward. Again, just a deep inner struggle is what I'm sensing here, that you're not fully aware of, and not fully aware of why. What I suggest here intuitively is to do some introspection, do some shadow work, work on yourself, work from within and focus on changing within, and changing that mindset, and changing what negative thought patterns you may be experiencing, especially over the energies. And I do feel that those energies affect you, but by changing within and changing how you look at things, I think the outside world is going to lighten up, and that energy is going to lift, and things are going to feel a little better. Card 3 are the obstacles that you need to deal with. These are things, bumps in the road, things that may be happening right now, but they could be, I would say, things that come up within the next 3 or 4 months. And this is the King of Swords. What I feel here is a very strong male energy that has an effect on your life, who has a very strong influence on you. This is someone who is probably a bit stubborn, and I'm not sure if this, since I was picking up on energies before, I'm not sure if this is reflecting to an actual person that is having an influence, or more on an energetic level. But that energy is there. It's this stubborn, I'm not moving, I'm not budging, you can't get rid of me, and you're going to do what I want you to do, kind of thing. This is someone who is trying to have a heavy hand over your life, that I just get the strongest influence here that I get is struggle. And really this card shows me too that there are going to be some factors that are unmoving, and you may have to think outside of the box and kind of go around them, sidestep them instead of trying to go through them. Take a different approach. The other thing that comes to mind is you can It's a saying, and I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but it has to do with oh my goodness, now I forget it. It has to do with killing more bees with honey than water, something like that. About being nice to somebody and showing them a different side of yourself than what they expect. Shake things up a bit. Take them off guard. So if it's an actual person, butting heads with them is not going to fix anything. Being sweet and nice and kind, but being sincere about it. Don't let them see that you don't mean what you're saying or your actions. Actions do speak louder than words. Be sincere, and this will catch them off guard and persuade them to be a little nicer, persuade them to maybe make a change in your favor. Even with energy, don't take an approach that is very word possessive comes to mind, but work with the energies instead of trying to block the energies and knock them out. I believe you have the strength and the power to shift the energy, if that makes sense to you, and to create a more positive environment, changing that energy to, how do I explain this, so that you feel a more pleasant air about you. So the obstacles I really feel that you face is an unmovable object that the obstacles you're not going to be able to bombard yourself through. You're not going to be able to push them out of your way. You're going to have to work around them and find other alternative ways to deal with things. Now, card 4, looking at the problem from a more logical perspective, seeing the truth in things and what they truly are. The card that I've drawn is the 6 of Pentacles, and I get 2 things here. One, that other people who are trying to show you the way or trying to tell you how to do things, they actually have your best interest at heart, even if it's not your best interest or for your best interest. The things that they're doing, they think that they're doing the right thing for you. They think that they're helping you, even if it's not. Trust yourself. And the next thing that comes to me is, no matter what you need, may it be finances, may it be a place to live, may it be comfort and security, those things are going to be provided. Don't fear. Your needs are going to be met. Let me just move this back so we can see all the cards here. Intuitively, I feel that life is going to get a little bit easier, and focusing on the positive side of things is going to open yourself up to the universe to receive more joy and abundance into your life. Know that no matter what you face right now, what troubles that you are dealing with, know that this is going to get better, that life is going to get a little bit easier. Again, those needs are going to be met. That should be able to relieve some stress just by knowing that. And I know it's hard to trust and have faith, but by not focusing yourself around the anxiety, it's going to free up some of that energy too, and lighten the mood, the energy I'm feeling right now with this card surrounds the heart chakra. Emotions, feelings, and it's not necessarily, it also reflects upon your relationships with others, but I feel it's also the relationship with yourself that needs to be dealt with. So just looking at things and understanding that no matter what troubles you're going through right now, things are going to work out, knowing, being logical that worst case scenario, everything falls apart and you hit rock bottom. The only place you have to go is up. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but just understand that things are going to get better. And I can't emphasize that enough for you. This card, I feel, is very positive and showing that your needs are going to be met. Whatever it is, emotions, finances, a home, abundance, things are going to start coming together. The fifth card, this is the beginnings of a course of action. What steps should you take right now? What do you need to do to start making changes in your life and really feeling secure around your home and what's going on? And this is the King of Cups. And what I feel here is just the first step is to really focus on what you want. What are the positive things that you see for yourself in the future? Plan these out. When I look at this card, the image of the card reminds me of somebody really plotting. When I look at this card, I really see somebody plotting to get their way, really thinking in deep concentration. They know that no matter what, they have everything lined up. It's like getting your ducks in a row. If there's something you want, now is the time to start setting up to make those changes. It's not something that you're going to just be able to fall into. You need to plot and plan to make the changes. If you're wanting to move, then you need to plan and set a goal. Write the things down. Write everything down that you need to do. What is the first step you need to do? I know that this card's showing your beginning course of action, but that's it. Making the plans that are necessary and understanding each step individually. And not taking everything as a whole, but focusing on each part individually and breaking it down is going to make life easier. And this can be for anything going on in your life, any goals that you set, My strongest piece of advice is to stay focused on the positive. Focus on the end result. Focus on the goal and move towards it. Break down the steps to meet those goals, and you will find that things are easier and some of that stress and weight is relieved as well. The next card represents the likely development as a result. If you follow these steps and these courses of action, setting those goals, what can you expect to happen? This is the King of Wands. Again, I'm getting a lot of those strong male energies, especially in this reading. Those three kings that come up really show me that strength and that energy that is surrounding you. Now, what I get from this card, though, is that you'll take on that persona. Not that you're, don't take this the wrong way, but especially in like a workforce environment, you'll take charge. You'll become that leader, that even in the home environment. Even in the home environment, I feel that you're going to take charge. You're going to take the steps and the necessary actions. Wands really show me that the necessary actions are going to be taken. That this card is about that fiery energy. This card is about that fiery energy that burns inside of you. And just knowing what steps to take. This card shows me in this position that you will follow through, that you're going to take the necessary steps, that you're going to plan ahead so things come together and get better. I feel that there will be balance in your life, and it shows me that a new dawn will rise, that tomorrow is going to bring better things. What I also get from this card is that you're going to see things clearer. You're going to see the progression. What I see is that things are going to come together, that you're going to be able to see ahead and see things in a clearer light. That I also feel that by seeing things clearly now, that you will be able to plan ahead and know what steps need to be taken. And I know I keep saying that, but that's what this card is showing me. The next card, the last card, card 7, is the likely result based on cause and effect. The card that I'm drawn is Judgment. And what I really feel is that, again, this is a choice. The choices you have to make in your life are really going to affect your future. And what I mean about these choices, I feel it's the choice of how you react to things, how you react to situations and other people around you. I believe that in the reading I gave you last night, that I spoke about boundaries. And setting boundaries with others is going to be very, very important. And getting all of this, all of your life and your move or staying to all line up. Judgment shows me how other people react to you and look at you about setting these boundaries. But it also shows me how you judge yourself and how you feel about yourself, which is another key factor. I do feel that by setting those boundaries, you're going to gain respect as well. So planning ahead, setting your boundaries, knowing what steps to take, and knowing that you're strong enough, no matter what decision you make, to change the energies around you, that you can make a better environment for yourself, whether you stay or whether you go. No, I don't feel that your home is directly on a burial ground, but I do feel that there are energies surrounding that home that tend to lean towards a more aggressive side or negative side. Maybe there has been a lot of anger in the home in the past, and it really is still within those walls. It's time to cleanse those walls and get rid of them if you so choose to stay. By moving, just understand that you need to break down the steps to get to where you want to be, and you can do it. You will do it. Setting those boundaries is also going to be a very important key factor if you get to a new place, if you so choose to move, and not letting go of those boundaries, sticking with them. Because no matter where you go, I feel that if you don't set those boundaries, even with the energies surrounding you, that it's just going to follow you. It's not going to change. I hope that makes sense. If you have questions, please feel free to contact me, and I'll try to elaborate more or clarify for you what I'm trying to get across. I do apologize for the few brief interruptions that we've had here. I tried to get through this before my little one woke up. Unfortunately, he decided to come in with Mama. Thank you so much for your patience and understanding. It's been a great pleasure to do this reading for you and a great honor. I look forward to doing more. Brightest blessings and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.